Alright guys, I got a problem with the Kraton 8S. Not just a Kraton 8S, but all the ARRMA cars. You see this? No steering. I got forward. I don't want to push it too hard because I got this on punch level 5. And I have reverse. So we got forward. And we got reverse. But nothing with steering at all, right? Nothing with steering. Alright, and let me put my controller down here. If I play with the AVC setting, nothing. You see that? Nothing. Let me grab it with my other hand. Still nothing. All the ARRMAs, same problem. Alright. I only had like good 5 runs with this guy, and I really had difficulty turning. Alright, and let me put this down here. But you see that? It does work. So if I pick up my truck, the AVC is controlling it. Alright? But I got no steering at all. No matter where I put the setting on the AVC, I have no steering. Alright, that's the problem with the ARRMAs. And all of my other cars, my friend had a few ARRMAs. He bought the Mojave. First run, he had no steering. And same thing here, guys. Alright guys, having problem with the Kraton. I think my servo took a really good hit. And I have no steering. Alright. I know a few years back, before I started making videos, a lot of times you can take the servo apart and move the gears around, because it makes turn one way, but then it doesn't come back unless you push it, and then it works a little bit and then it stops again. Alright. And I believe there's something wrong with my servo, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it all apart. Alright, I'm gonna take off this whole unit and we're gonna remove the servo out of there, alright? And see what's going on with it. Alright guys, first thing first, I'm gonna get some tools, and then I'm gonna, I think I had some tools here. Alright, let me grab some tools, and I got my socket stuck right there. Alright, I'm gonna disconnect the servo, the linkage right here. Alright, don't lose the screw, guys. If you lose the screw, you'll be in trouble. Alright, I'll put the screw back in its spot so if you don't lose it. Let's give it a couple of threads. Alright, now we need to go down below and we're gonna remove this whole ESC and everything is one part, and we'll lift it right up. Alright, so we're gonna have to flip the truck over. Alright, and we are gonna have to figure out what we're gonna remove. It might be these screws right here. Alright, so it might be the screws right here. So let me just take a real quick look and then we'll just continue. Alright guys, so we gotta move this side cover here. Everything gotta come off, right? So I need something to help me hold this truck up, and I'll just lean it against right there. That should be a good spot. I'll bring the camera a little bit over, bring my light over also. I'm gonna go grab more tools, and we're gonna take everything apart. Alright, so it's not the correct size. Let me go get the correct size. Alright, went and got me the correct size. Anything that gets on my way is coming off today. I like to keep my screws in order, so let's leave that there. I'll take off these two right there for the battery tray. And the battery, half of the tray should fall back. Let's leave it right there. And then we got the rest of these screws. Alright, the other battery tray is held in by some screws right here. There you go. Okay, the whole ESC, everything is just loose, alright? Maybe this will help you not take off extra stuff. Like, cause I just go at it, start taking things apart till I figure out what actually needs to be taken off. Alright, so look at that. The whole ESC unit is apart. And there's a couple of bolts right there. Don't forget about this little bearing right here. Do not lose it. This goes right there. Alright, so put this to the side. So pretty much I took this off right here before you lose it, before it falls out. There's a bearing on it. Alright, and there should be a screw in there. There's an Allen in there, right in there. I'm gonna take that out and this whole thing should come out, right? Alright, so I'm probably gonna have to take off the receiver box so we can disconnect everything, alright? But at this point, what I want to do is I want to clean this up a little bit and I'll be back. Alright guys, I'm gonna pull out these leads for the terminals for the that goes to the motor. Disconnect the fan also. That goes to the motor. These leads are not going to be so easy to pull out, but there it is. 1, 2, and 3. We got the whole unit out. All right, we're going to work with this, dismantle this whole thing. All right, so there it is. All right guys, next thing is I'm going to take off these screws so we can have access to the receiver. There's a whole bunch of screws. I have taken them apart before. Screws all around. Alright. Should be able to lift up this lid here. Always pay attention to the seal, alright? That seal is what's holding everything up. Alright, so let's find the connector to the receiver, which is the first one, the second one in line. Alright, oops, the whole receiver came off the housing. Alright, there we have it. Let's get this out of the waterproof sealer. Alright, so far looking good, and I'm gonna remove 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, but before that I might have to remove this guy so I can get this off. Alright, alright guys, I got the correct size on. Screws are everywhere. Right. Can't get it off. My socket doesn't reach all the way. There you go. It's much better. All right. I think I'm gonna have to heat up this thing. I think they put a thread lock on it. Alright guys, you don't want to know what just happened. This cheap Allen key broke in there, alright? And I tapped it out, so don't use cheap tools, guys. Alright? and it broke inside there. But this, what I was using earlier, that does not work on it, because you need an Allen key that goes deep inside. There's a screw in there, right? But I tapped it out and it came out. Now I'm gonna use a snap-on tool, all right? Even though snap-ons can't rely on anything, but I'm gonna have to get that out somehow, some way, right? All right, guys, got some tools here, and what I'm gonna do is, first I'm gonna take off the receiver off right here. Got 4 bolts all around. That's holding the receiver to the little box. It's 2, 3, and then I got 1 over here. Alright, the receiver will come off. Put that there. Let's put our screws to the side. Little washers. Everything stays there. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 over here that will let this whole thing disassemble. I might not even need to take this off, right? So let me go get a flathead screw, a Phillips head, and we'll remove those 2. Those 4 actually. Alright. So comes all 4 screws. Long screws like any other servo. I'm sorry if I say a receiver by mistake, because you know the components, 2 components inside that car, receiver and servo, and then we have the third one, ESC. Sometimes you get confused. These will have little seals on it, so be careful with the seals. Alright, we're gonna have chips in here. Be careful not to damage anything. Alright, this is not the part we want to deal with though. We want to deal with the parts that are in here. Alright, but the problem there is I'm gonna have to put this back together. Not put it back together, I just don't want to damage the circuit board. Oh, and I dropped one down there. I'll pick it up a little bit. It's alright. Let me leave one in there so it holds it. Need to take that little guy out. And I did get a tool for that, which is that right there. Alright. And I'm not gonna put a power tool on. Let's put on a regular ratchet. Alright, it's coming out. Guys, I'm not getting this guy out. I'm not getting out the piece that I want, but the other piece is coming out. Let's see if I can push this piece off. Yeah, there you go. That's the piece I want off. Alright, let's keep it moving. There you go. That's a big mesh of springs in here. That's all that's in there. That's what gives it a little jump at the end. Alright, and we have this little guy out. Alright, there we have it. Inside of the Spectrum servo. Alright, so as you can see, the receiver broke right there, right? That's what happened there. Must have taken a big hit, guys. I'm gonna get another receiver because this is done. Can't fix that. You can fix the gears, but you can't fix that. That's part of the receiver there, alright? Alright guys, so that's it. Thank you for watching. Open up your receiver if you need to. If I get anywhere with this, I'll let you guys know. Alright guys, so I took off this gear from right here. You have to lift both of this whole thing and this up, alright? Once you lift this up, you see that? In here, you have a sensor. See that? That's the center. And it turns right and left, alright? So you have to play around with this if you want to fix up your little servo, alright? If you got any type of servo, any other RCs, it has the same sensor in there, alright? Alright guys, I got this thing fixed. Before I show you, don't do nothing yet. Alright, that's my friend helping me. Alright, if you lift up all these gears, there's a screw all the way down there and all the way down here. Pull out the motor, play around with the motor a little bit, and then this one has a sensor in there. Make sure it's in the center right there. One way turner will be all the way here, the other way turner will be all the way. So let's see what we did here. Check this out. Right, left. Alright, so we got this thing working really good. Alright, that's it. Alright guys, did fix that receiver. Remember that little slot I showed you was broken? It had it on both sides, so that's the stop point. So it stops, alright? But got my battery connected here to the ESC here. I got everything dismantled here, guys. And let's fire up my receiver. I did change the receiver because I thought for a second it might be my controller here, but I'll go back to that controller later on. So there we have it, guys. We got a working servo, right? That little guy I told you, you had to play around with it. Just go back and forth. It was probably off spec, alright? The motor was a little jammed up. There we have it, guys. Perfect. Like new, alright? I'm going to disconnect everything. I'm going to go back on work another time, but I'm done here, guys. There it is, guys. The Spectrum servo, right? Everything's right there. Alright, guys. I got things going on this ARRMA kraton here. Everything is fixed. I'm using the 6S battery here. I bypassed the other connector because I only got one charged up battery here. Because the other two batteries, the 4S's, two of them are not charged. Alright. So pretty much, here's my DX6R. I got everything working here. I think it did not connect to my controller here. Let me check this out. Alright, yeah, so guys, I had the wrong car selected on my controller. So there's my steering, guys, alright? And if you guys have any ARRMA and you're having this problem with the steering, it died off. And this is the solution, guys. Take off that servo and start working on it, alright? So I got this thing going. I'm not going to be able to hold the controller really well and drive it with one hand. But there you go. Alright. I got forward. And I got reverse. Alright. And I got steering. Alright. And I got 26 tooth pinion in there. Alright. I gotta do alignment now because my alignment is all off, but I'll take care of that. That's where it should be at. All right. Look at that. Hey, so it's gonna be a beast. I'm trying to drive it with one hand, guys. All right. Yeah, it's gonna be a bad boy, guys. All right, so we'll take it out to park. All right, guys, so there you go. I got this thing going. I got it connected to my DX6R. If you guys have any questions, and if you need to know what I did with that servo, yeah, I did play. It was just all me playing around with it. The gear that comes out, let me take this back and I'll just explain you a little bit more. All right, we got better lighting over here. All right, guys, so the gear that comes out and connects to this servo saver right there, that's the gear I removed. It has a sensor down below it, so as it turns, it knows where the position is. All right, you just gotta take it apart, turn it, twist it around, play around with it, and it will go back to working normally. All right, and I got it working perfectly. I'm gonna take off the servo saver, and I'm gonna take it off and pop it a little bit. Instead of me fixing the alignment on this guy, I'm gonna take the servo saver and I'm gonna twist it a little bit, play around with it, and that's how I'm gonna fix the alignment, because I know I have that little bit off. All right, guys, so thank you and subscribe and bye-bye.